So it's an income earner for people.
Yeah.
Kan? So
For Malaysia ni, the ripple effect from a song from music or perhaps some music industry is 11 billion sepatutnya.
there you go. There you go, 11 billion.
The ripple effect.
Yeah, so now you're looking at the ripple effect of COVID-19. So you're talking about, whoa, you know.
Yeah.
So dia akan mengubah lah. This one you're talking about at least from what I've read lah, orang-orang pintar ni, economists, at least 2 years to recover.
2 years to recover,
2 years to just get back to what we started out back in 2019 tau.
Before
itu pun kalau tak ada second wave, and hopefully kalau diorang jumpa vaksin ke apa lah, I don't know, ni semua orang pandai punya kerja, but kita cuma observe kan, we just wait and see, because kalau pemerintah bilang duduk rumah, not just us. Gitu kan, I follow Johnny Depp on Instagram, dia kat rumah sekarang. He's in lockdown, dia pun tak boleh keluar, dia ada main, he's with Hollywood Vampire kan, band yang ada Alice Cooper sama so dia because Johnny Depp started as a musician. Yeah. He just happened to get a job as an actor, and then from there, dia jadi actor lah kan. Yeah. So now recently apparently he's on Instagram. So dia buat cover of The Times Are Changing. Recently on their Instagram. So I think to reflect the fact that what's going on in America at the moment lah. The riots, the killing of the African American kan. Black Lives Matter and all that. So tahun 2020 ni is very interesting, and it's not over yet lah. I'm telling everybody, 2020 baru Jun, and we already have we have a virus, we have economics, almost complete stop of the economy. Diorang ingat 2020 kereta terbang, orang terbang, kapal terbang pun tak boleh terbang. Okay, and we have everything on a scale down. There's no Hollywood production, everything is on hold. Ini, Allah Ta'ala punya kuasa, dia nak bikin pakai virus je. Dia tak pakai perang, pakai alien semua, tak payah. It's just a virus that, everybody's panicking, okay, tak boleh buat tu, tak boleh buat ni, So production all, and the economy is being open, not because it's safe, it's because they want to open the economy.
They need to open the economy. They must open. We are losing hundreds of millions per day kan? Sorry.
But if you look at the Western model, diorang punya society is based on Darwin theory.
Survival of the fittest.
Survival of the fittest. Kalau you weak, you sakit, too bad. So if you kena infected because you are weak, it's your fault. They don't say it directly, but that's it. That's why it is. Today, kalau you baca today, USA, 2 million infection. Today, 11 of June, they have reached 2 million cases of infection. Mati tak tahu 100,000 ke apa lah kan. Tapi 2 million from February, where Trump cakap, it's okay, we gonna control it, go away in ini karma dia lah kan, dia kena. 2 million is 28% of the global infection.
Wow.
It's more than a quarter of the global infection is in the USA. When they started out in February, 2 orang infected, 15 orang infected. And then dia cakap besar, kita under control. And it's not over. They're all protesting now, walking in the street. Semua dah infected dah. At least half of them, if not all of them. They all, so you can see in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 1 month, the rate of infected people will go up. Whether they die or not is another matter lah. But infection it's because benda ni dia based on kita punya interaction kan. So some people protested buka mask, maki police, and then they talk to each other, and then they feel they're immune because they're young, and then they freedom, So this is a perfect storm. For America, this is a perfect storm. Yeah. Because you have a case where people are out in arms and fighting the police and protesting. You have a virus that is spreading still. Yeah. Yeah. And election for America is in November. And you have a very incompetent president yang memang he's a reality TV judge. He's not a president. So like that lah. So we're in and whatever happens in America, there are the spiral effect to the rest of the global economy.
Yeah.
Right? Because they don't control the iPhone product, apa business, apa semua. So there you go. You're looking at the world that is currently still in transition. Kita tak tahu where it's going. And remember the last time something like this happened, it created economic depression, which resulted in World War II. The 1930s depression.
Yeah.
A few years after that, it was World War II.
Yeah.
So now, I mean, being artists, creative people, you need to be aware of things, kan? I mean, I'm sure you're aware. So you look at, okay, South China Sea, the America dah hantar submarine, China dah claim ni, Natuna Islands. So all these are trigger points. You don't know.
Yeah.
Nobody expected in November something like this will happen in June this year.
No one.
There's total lockdown in April. Bila tengok Wuhan dah kena, oh okay, masih kat China gini. Nobody expected a total lockdown where government has to come out with their reserves. Duit reserve kena keluar and spend on the rakyat, bantu rakyat yang dalam affected lah. Yeah, whether anybody now is, I told my friends malah, bilang anggap ni zaman perang. So if you have to do whatever you need to do to survive, you do it. Macam ibarat dulu zaman perang, zaman Jepun, perang Jepun. Before that, bangsawan punya culture was thriving, business. Orang performing, they were traveling. Penang, they pergi Jawa, pergi Singapore, they were traveling with these troops. There are many bangsawan troops performing here and there. Bila perang, the business is gone. So what do these people have to do? They have to survive. Whatever they need to do to work.
What did they do?
Some work with the Japanese. Some whatever lah. Some become entertainers for the troops. Yeah. Some jadi petani. I don't know. Maybe some became spy.
Yeah.
Because I heard there's one case where they use this bangsawan punya troop to send out certain signals through dance performance to signal to the other party lah, the other spies yang from the other side yang tengah in the crowd to give some signal. Dia macam cerita James Bond lah. It's very interesting lah. This whole thing kan. So now is for creative people, you need to kind of, okay, whatever you can do to create your work, you create just so when the world is back to a new normal, when dah buka balik, when they can allow you to do your creative, boleh perform, boleh buat, you are ready.
Yeah.
So you need to get out of that. Kalau you are depressed, get out of that depression. I'm sure a lot of people are depressed because why you're stuck at home, your usual activity tak ada, So if you're a creative person, you need to kind of look into that. Like, what can you do if you're a writer, write a novel, film, music, apa just come out because so bila the right time happens, you have the right product.
Correct.
Kan? So this is important. If you are a musician, you're not writing, learn to write. Or collaborate. So it's a time for us to sit back and go like, okay, kita boleh catch up. In fact, I'm using a lot of my time now since bulan puasa tu to catch up with a lot of unfinished work. Kalau tidak, I'll be in KL 2-3 weeks and I'll be in Jogja, and then bila you travel, you keluar, I don't work like creative work. I write, but I don't produce. Kan? So now it's like, alhamdulillah lah.
You have to learn to produce sekarang.
You have to be a producer lah. You producer, not just compose music, tapi produce so that it becomes a product. In the industry term, it's a product. So dengan balik, oh ini boleh buat ni, and then what can I do with this music? So alhamdulillah lah. I mean the technology is simpler now. With kalau if I had Logic or GarageBand 20 years ago, my God, the kind of music that we would have, I mean, or kalau semua artis ada that. Dulu nak bikin demo susah. You kena belajar programming drum machine, nak cari studio, nak bayar orang. It takes a longer time to, Now, I mean like macam some of my song like lagu Banjir, Relax Brother, Melayu di Kota Inggeris. I basically arrange it myself. I chop the loops, parts apa yang boleh pakai, you sample apa, you potong-potong, you tambah, and then you add on to live music over it, and then it becomes the product that we hear now. So, but if I were to just rely on just songwriting alone, then it will be a longer process for it to become a product. So now you control your own destiny because why? You have the technology in your hand. You can, kalau besok you nak keluar single, you keluar lah. Because now you can have your own Spotify account, you can have your own YouTube channel, and so we have to be a bit, especially for artis-artis mapan lah, yang a bit senior, yang used to be very active in the 90s, yang don't know what to do. You need to learn. You need to learn how to get back into the current contemporary punya industry.
Yeah.
Dari segi keluarkan produk, kalau tidak pun tak tahu kalau dah keluar single nak letak kat mana. Simple as that. Where to put, who's going to distribute. I mean, there was a couple of guys from a very famous band. I don't want to mention names lah, just to protect their privacy. So they approached me and said, kita nak keluar, nak nama band tu Legend, tapi dia nak bikin nama baru, minus a few of the other members. So I said, look, kalau you nak keluar nama baru, it will take you at least 2 years. Constant promotion for the people to know who you are. Because kita ni distracted, there's so many things. You buka Facebook macam-macam, you buka YouTube macam-macam. So to get over on top of that noise, you need to be constantly, out there and promoting and
be reminded.
Be reminded. So, and if you are already a senior level in your age, you don't have the energy and time and resources to do that. Yeah. So I said, look, just go back into performing your classics. Maybe getting 1 or 2 guest singers, but you perform your hits and then some covers of a hit songs that is related to your music. And then don't nak bikin CD. I said, you bikin CD, siapa nak beli? Maybe if you release a single, you find a way. But you release CD, no one's gonna buy. Not because they don't like your music, they don't have the player to play it. Kalau you tak ada padang bola, you tak boleh jual boot bola. Same, it's simple, it's economics. So, but doesn't mean that you have to stop playing music, but find a way of what's the available option, what's the current situation like. Kalau you nak buat album, okay, tapi make sure that you know that it has to be in digital format, and then you're not going to promote. You kena buat video clip. Even video clip now is changing a lot. Kalau you tengok the music video yang keluar sekarang, it's no more the MTV main drum dekat air terjun. Main gitar dekat tepi laut tak ada kabel. That miming tu dah now is more creative. Kan? So even that pun dah kena move one step ahead. You have to keep up because the world is moving at very exponential level. Dia bukan satu tu satu tau. Dia satu jadi 10, 10 jadi 100, 100 jadi 1000. Itu dia punya pusing tu. Kan? Some years ago Nokia was the brand. Semua ada nak pakai Nokia 95. Nah sekarang kasih Nokia orang pun tak nak.
Kelakar bunyi dia.
So eventually Apple also die down. So something else will take over, But we as consumers, as pengguna, kita kena tahu, okay, what is available at the moment, kan? So kita pakailah and then use that as a way of creating new works. I think artis dia harus berkarya sampai mati.
Sepatutnya.
Selagi dia sihat, selagi tak ada tube kat hidung, terbaring, selagi tu kau berkarya lah. Whether you're writing or you're performing, singing, apalah cari. Kalau you bukan composer, you cari composer yang you work with. Because not everybody can write. So if some people can be excellent singers, and we need that. The industry needs good singers who can deliver. But they may not be able to write. There's a lot of writers who can write but cannot deliver the music kan physically. So you collaborate or you find ways, So dia jadi interesting. Then artis yang daripada tahun kita kenal tahun 70-an, 80-an, still today ada lagu baru. Walaupun single, tak kisahlah. It's the new format. Kalau you tak boleh buat album, you buat single. But at least you exist in the industry. Kan?
You must come up with something.
I mean Arwah Sharifah ini was still performing, still coming out with, she re-recorded Rindu Serindu Rindunya. Her version was still one of the best versions that I've heard, So I think you cannot stop because of, you cannot allow people to stop you because of your age, and you cannot stop because of age. Especially if you are a creative artist, you tak boleh, unless memang you dah okay lah, aku dah give up, then you cannot stop you lah kalau you nak quit and all that, you see. But if you still have the desire, masih lagi nak berkarya, tapi jangan fall to peer pressure. Oh, masih main music bila, Abang Ramli kena dulu. Bila Ramli Sari nak berhenti ni?
Why?
Kat Singapore dulu. I heard people say that, Well, just because he's of a certain age. But why? Why should he stop? Can you ask a doctor to stop? Can you ask a lawyer to stop? If you're still able to function as a lawyer, even if you're in your 70s,
you should go
why
on.
not? Yeah, because you have a service, you have a skill. So all the skill that you acquire when you're young, bila you reach certain age, you kena stop. Terpaksa stop kerana umur. Itu salah. Itu tidak fair dan tidak salah. Then we as players in the industry, we need to inform the right bodies, government, and to make them aware, because obviously Malaysian government has been changing lah kan. So bila department ni tengah baru nak jadi, tukar orang lagi because of pergolakan politics, you know. So that is a setback lah. And that shouldn't be the issue. Whenever there's a new policy, it shouldn't change when a new party takes over or new politician take over. The law should be constant. Macam kita dulu apa yang ada the body yang menaung ada empat collection body ada satu tu. Dah tak ada kan sekarang?
Di Malaysia. MRM.
MRM
Malaysia.
Nah, no more kan? It's no longer. Now every collection body is called But how many years do you spend to try and create that?
2 years sadly.
2 years, and then meetings and this, and you know, a lot of paperwork, hard work, and tiba-tiba dibubarkan. I mean, whether it's good or bad is subjective, tapi it's there and belum sempat dia berbuah, dia dah mati lah. You know, so I mean that's an example lah. Maybe there's an advantage why it shouldn't be there. Maybe that is not. I don't know. But it shouldn't. The policy must be constant. Kalau tidak, then you can have the best policy, new set of laws. Tapi bila tukar orang, tukar jabatan orang, tukar menteri, kementerian, you have to relearn again. You have to teach the guy what is it about. You're going to introduce yourself again to this person who is now in charge, you know. And it's tiring because we are constantly fighting the battle. And then this guy baru take over, dia nak kena dengar dulu. Oh ni, kalau dia faham, kalau dia interested.
Betul.
If not, then you are just wasting your saliva, you penat, you pergi jumpa, and then it changes again, you know. So, and that is a hindrance to the economy because, like you say, it's an 11 billion ringgit, or is it ringgit or dollar?
I think it's ringgit.
RM, still is a lot of money. I don't have that money. I don't have 11 billion RM. So, because then you're talking about jobs. Kan, this is job creation. Everybody makes a living from it. From one guy writing music, like we say lah, engineer dapat kerja, lighting guy. You know, now everything is shrink now because of this situation. But that is what the government should look into, because unless they can provide jobs for people. Like I said lah, tadi I mentioned kan, because of rock, mamak yang dia patut jual burger kat tepi ujung kampung dia jadi rockstar. at least for 3 album lah. Kan, dia dapat rasa perform and then make money from performance. You know, what you do with your money and how you do your career itu masing-masing lah kan. Some people can sustain the career, some people cannot. But at least you have the option. You see? Because dia ada bakat menyanyi, dia boleh jadi artis. So because the industry exists, and the industry exists because of all the old guys yang set up all this industry lah kan, you know. So it's an ongoing battle, you know, with current situation like this. But kira.
Pasal policy tadi tu, even the previous government, Barisan Nasional in Malaysia, 61 years dia orang memerintah. Bila dia orang tukar minister, memang policy semua berubah. So kita tak ada one policy untuk membawa kepada satu direction yang mana kita nak pergi tu. Kita tak ada.
The law should be, once the policy is in place, tak boleh diubah. Tapi it's tricky because it's based on a political party punya direction. So the new party take over, dia cakap we don't agree with this policy, so dia orang ubah. But things are in motion. Ibarat gini, this party say kita akan bikin satu bangunan 10 tingkat. So halfway through dah sampai tingkat 5, parti baru masuk, stop. Kita tak jadi bikin bangunan, dan terbengkalai.
Kita buat bangunan lain pula.
Buat bangunan lain pula. So you know, so itu kiasan dia kan. So it's a waste of resources, time, and rakyat affected. The rakyat punya patut earn income from it, apa semua affected. I mean, kita affected. I mean, I'm part of the MACP. So kita affected by bila ada changes in the law, when there was all the issue collection, which body to collect. I mean, RPM issue, you know, all that, you know, with the other body kan. So that tertunggak. And then bila tukar ada new yang collect, the umbrella body nak collect, kita punya royalty tersangkut 1 year or 2 years. Kan? So I think these are the issues that when the policy is in place, they should at least have a certain clause or rule that you tak boleh ubah dah. It's set in stone. So dia bergerak. Jadi benda tu biar dia bergerak. Unless dia memang ada openly corruption, then that's different.
That's the word. Sebenarnya the problem with Malaysia ni and many other third world countries, corruption. Countries yang paling yang rendah dia punya corruption index, I think they are run primarily by the deep state. I believe contohnya deep state ni kan, Donald Trump memang Donald Trump lah. Tapi because Donald Trump tu boleh jadi Donald Trump is because the country is run by the deep state ni. The country is run by penjawat awam.
Regardless who is in government, regardless who is a president, dia akan continue with certain policies yang dah set in stone.
The government servant tu yang really running the country, come out with that policy. Macam dekat Malaysia probably our government servant, sebenarnya government servant Malaysia sebenarnya bagus tau. For instance, our Director General of Ministry of Health, kan? You look at him, he seems very competent and he seems like a very caring person. He cares for this nation. Dato Hisham. So probably
he gets a lot of pujian. He gets a lot of people globally. People praise him.
Probably Director General dalam lain-lain kementerian pun probably they are equally good. Just that they have not been tested in public macam dalam keadaan yang macam ni yang ada. Kalaupun dia ada, the ministers akan cemburu dan akan tekan mereka.
Right.
Macam the previous Pakatan Harapan punya government kan, I think when the Pakatan Harapan became ministers, the issue was between the minister and the ketua setiausaha, the Director General ke apa So these two characters ni bertelagah lah. I think banyak benda yang tak boleh jalan.
Bila dua gajah bertelingkah,
Director General kena tolak keluar. bukan pelenduk. Itu tadi tu yang about sometimes probably kita must this deep state punya situation, apa dia panggil dalam bahasa Melayu ada daulah terpendam they call it.
Okay.
Benda daulah terpendam.
Interesting. I just heard.
Itu satu subjek matter yang nanti kita kena borak lagi lah. And then but in regards to Badan Pelesenan tadi tu kan, Badan Pelesenan, MRM telah terbengkalai atau terbubar. It's not because of the changing of government. It's not. I think MRM terbengkalai disebabkan the desire, the wanting, the iltizam bahasa Melayu cakap kan, ataupun bahasa Arab cakap, ataupun kemahuan, keinginan untuk menggagalkan MRM.
Right. So there's some internal politics going on lah.
Yeah. Dan nasib baik juga kerajaan pakatan bukan nasib baik, kebetulan kerajaan Pakatan Harapan tumbang, maka ada satu minister baru daripada Pakatan Nasional, the new government right now. Maka keadaan ni telah taken advantage of untuk membubarkan, from my point of view, untuk membubarkan MRM. Kerana apabila MRM you tahu tak, you dapat surat tak MRM telah dibubarkan? Ada tak MSP bagi tahu you? You dengar daripada kawan-kawan je kan?
I think I received an email tapi
I don't think so. You receive an email. I might be wrong, but I don't think so. Ahli lembaga MSCP, ahli lembaga pengarah MSCP tak mau membuat satu EGM untuk memberitahu kepada ahlinya bahawa MRM akan dibubarkan. Apabila pembentukan MRM pada tahun 2016, kita telah pergi kepada ahli kita untuk membawa resolusi, memberi mandat kepada members, memberi mandat kepada ahli lembaga pengarah untuk meneruskan NUCO back then ataupun MRM kemudiannya. Jadi apabila MRM dibubarkan, ahli-ahli MSCP mesti diberi notis, mesti diberi pemberitahuan bahawa kita akan bubarkan MRM. Apa MRM ni, kita yang bagi mandat, the stakeholders, kita yang bagi mandat to form it. Justru kita juga yang sepatutnya memberi mandat untuk to disbanding it.
Correct.
You tak ada surat bagi untuk diberitahu. Ahli lembaga mengarah pun takut nak bagi tahu kita bahawa
Where did I'm trying to think, where did I get the info? Because I know for sure
you dengar orang cakap.
maybe.
Memang staff of MRM pun dah tak ada lagi. Staff yang kat MRM pun dah balik kepada MSCP. It's a waste of time, waste of lots of money. Memang ada kemahuan untuk memberhentikan, untuk menutup MRM. Sebab apa? MRM ni, kalau ada MRM, ada pihak-pihak yang tak sepatutnya mendapat keuntungan sekian banyak, mendapat keuntungan sekian banyak. Keuntungan macam mana tahu? The word is not keuntungan. Membuat duit banyak, telah hilang kebolehan untuk membuat duit banyak. I just use that word macam tu. MRM ni sebenarnya telah mempertabatkan the performance. You all semua telah dikaburi oleh isu PRISM dan RPM. Tapi you all lupa bahawa dengan adanya MRM, kerajaan ataupun MYPO telah mengisytiharkan hak sama rata, equitable remuneration. Ingat ayat ni, equitable remuneration. Quite mouthful nak sebut dah. Hak sama rata di antara the performers and the labels. Okay. Dalam World Performance and Phonograms Treaties 1997 di Rome tak salahnya, bahawa kita Malaysia at least dan many other countries telah sign satu pact, satu treaties memberi hak sama rata di antara performers and the labels apabila melibatkan public performance royalty.
Right.
So, for instance, I'm not sure about Singapura macam mana. For instance, lagu yang dimainkan di public, hak sama rata tu mesti diberi in regards to public performance royalty 50-50 di kalangan performers and labels. This is the basic now. So Malaysia sebagai satu ahli WPPT telah menandatangani perjanjian ini, hak sama rata ini. Jadi apabila pembentukan MRM tadi itu mengguna pakai treaties yang kita menandatangani, kesatuan yang kita anggotai, maka kita kena implement hak sama rata di antara labels dengan performers. Justru itulah di MRM, you all, the performers, dapat 50-50 share dengan labels. For instance, in 2016 contohnya, labels menerusi PPM sendirian berhad telah membuat lebih kurang di RIM mereka mempunyai 41 juta hasil royalty untuk diagihkan. Hasil royalty lah basically 41 juta. RPM berapa? 4 juta je. Mana equitable remunerationnya? Mana hak sama ratanya antara performance dengan labels? And we are talking about public performance royalty. Kita not talking about mechanical royalty yang mana the labels ada
to based on sales.
Exclusive rights.
Correct.
Ini kita cakap pasal secondary rights. So, jeng. Ada MRM menguntungkan siapa, merugikan siapa. Fikirlah sendiri. Jadi, satu usaha bersepadu dan bersepakat untuk menggagalkan MRM ni dengan menggunakan kebodohan performer sendiri yang dikaburi dengan isu yang kecil, isu yang tak sepatutnya difokus.
So but now dengan this situation, so the performers memang tak dapat that same equal rights, the 50-50 masih, so back to the old system lah.
Back to the old system. Tapi okay, see, RPM contohnya Sheila Majid. Now, no more MRM. What are they gonna do? Are they gonna collect royalty themselves? Ataupun they are gonna crawl back, merayu balik kepada PPM to collect on their behalf? Pergi kepada RIM to collect on their behalf? Or or Sheila Majid dengan Messi akan form MRM punya licensing department, and then to go out in the public collect daripada pengguna. Are they
Macam
going to do that?
like MACP lah,
Like
MACP. Right.
Or they're going to knock on MACP's door. MACP, can you collect for us also? Are they going to do that? I don't think they're
That'll
going to
be
do
interesting
that.
to watch lah. Whether they can
How
because
many
if they
staff
can do
they
that, then they'll be good, because then you're talking about the 50-50 split lah kan.
Kalau kalau RPM decided to collect on their own, and then the 50-50 split dah tak apply, because kalau RPM boleh collect lagi banyak lah dia dapat. Kalau PPM boleh collect lagi banyak lah PPM dapat. You sendiri lah kena buat. But you got to understand what I'm trying to say here, the spirit tadi tu. Sebenarnya by right, apa yang PPM collect, dia kena share 50-50. This is the spirit tau. You got to understand very 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 clearly. Apa yang PPM collect apa? Public performance royalty kan, daripada pengguna kan. Okay. Dia collect public performance royalty berdasarkan lagu yang dirakam dan dimainkan di tengah masyarakat, di public. Dia collect itu. Jadi apa yang dia collect itu ada hak performance di dalamnya. Understand or not? I'm a label, okay? I go to a karaoke joint. Okay, karaoke joint, Mr. A, you play our music. You play our CD, our song, our music. This music belongs to us. So if you want to play to the public, you must pay us. Okay. Okay, I want to run the business, I'll pay you. Okay, we agree on 100 ringgit. 100 ringgit here, 100 ringgit for playing your music. That music, by rights, also the performers have the right in whatever you're collecting. And that rights patutnya 50-50. The labels and the performers. So, kalau PPM Sdn Bhd nak collect duit tu di karaoke, that is the argument. You got to understand that what you are collecting, you're also collecting 50% the performance punya. You are not collecting just your portion. We must be very clear on this. So sekarang ni dengan RPM, dengan keadaan RPM, so sekarang ni what is happening? Dia punya lafaz niat dia, lafaz dia macam mana tau? Saya PPM saya pergi jumpa Mr. A karaoke tadi tu. Mr. A karaoke, you play my music, I want you to pay my license. It's 100 ringgit for me alone. The labels. Tapi what you are charging tadi tu is the right of the performers juga. Are you going to accept that? You are taking the performers punya portion tau. Okay. And now RPM. Sheila Majid datang. Sheila Majid cakap, Mr. A, you are playing our rights. So you must pay 100 ringgit juga. Sekarang ni dia punya dynamic, you kena faham tau. Tadi tu Mr. A cakap, wait a minute. Tadi tu yang I pay PPM apa? Public performance. Now you pun kena bayar public performance juga for the performers. For the performers Okay. So are you telling me that instead of paying 50% each, I am paying
100% twice.
100% twice.
Belum masuk MACP punya portion lagi.
Okay, MACP punya portion tadi tu, you got to understand. I am paying the MACP's portion is because I am paying for the rights of the owner of this whole song. So you have to explain to them mana rights yang they are paying. So this is the issue.
Itu yang create them to stop paying at one time kan. Diorang dah banyak sangat confusion.
Yes. So pembentukan MRM ada nombor satu adalah untuk apa tau? Adalah untuk mengharmonikan dia pengguna.
Correct.
Confusion tadi tu.
One stop lah, just one stop
Yeah.
basically.
dan di masa yang sama memperkasakan, menjelaskan kedudukan performance dengan labels macam mana. Now sekarang ni, because you tukar policy, ni MyPo salah, MyPo lemah, MyPo tak ada bola untuk membuat keputusan. So sekarang ni apa berlaku apabila you stop, you tukar 180 degrees, apa yang berlaku sekarang? The confusion di kalangan pengguna tu kembali balik lah. Wah, sekarang mau bayar ni, sekarang
yalah, back to the old confusion lah, betul lah.
Yeah.
Dia sudah just cap MRM kan, just patut just
personally sebenarnya MyPo should letak pendirian mereka berdasarkan undang-undang yang ada. MyPo is the copyright controller. Copyright controller ada kedudukan dalam Akta Hak Cipta. Mereka sepatutnya menggunakan kuasa mereka untuk buat keputusan, itu satu. Tetapi fail lah. Baru-baru ni mereka ada chairman baru. Kita harap mereka ada director general baru. Dan kita harap the minister pun seberani minister yang dulu tu Hamzah Zainuddin untuk buat keputusan. Tetapi sayangnya semua benda ni benda harapan yang apa wishful thinking aje lah. Tetapi yang paling apa tadi nak cakap itu, yang paling jelas sekali, selagi kita tidak ada enforcement yang kuat, kerajaan yang berpegang pada polisi, kita tidak sepatutnya di bawah satu bumbung dengan lain-lain grup. The performers and the musicians tidak patut satu bumbung dengan the labels. Berbahaya. Because you see, the labels adalah syarikat, primarily dimiliki oleh para syarikat. They are corporations, they are business owners, whereas the performers and the songwriters are basically in spirit, they are performers, they are individuals, they are a bunch, a group of individuals. Jadi individual apabila berlawan dengan institutions, corporation, individual akan kalah. Historically kita akan kalah. Jadi meletakkan kita, the performers and the composers, under one roof dengan syarikat tidak akan membawa nasib baik pada kita lah. Kita akan susah. Jadi kerajaan, kalau kerajaan nak kita bawa satu badan, kerajaan mesti kuat, kerajaan mesti betul.
Like you said, the deep state, they need to policy tu kena consistent. Dia tak boleh berubah dengan adanya new office bearers kan, because the policy, macam itulah kalau you dah bikin jalan lebuh raya, you cannot stop just because you change minister or kerajaan or pemerintah or the party kan yang take over or yang keep changing. And I need to, one issue I've observed the fact that this lompat parti punya issue lah, which is very interesting Malaysian phenomena. Because for me Sadi, if you are a conservative punya party follower, there are certain principles of conservative party in UK lah. In UK, okay, conservative dia ada certain element. If you are a Green Party punya supporter, you agree with them because you agree with their philosophy, policies, what they want to implement. So similar with Labour government. So but bila you jump, imagine you're from Labour, you masuk conservative, you will be criticized in the real political world. Because you tak ada pendirian politik. Because your philosophy is you just pindah aja. It's not about just pindah power, is it? It's about do you believe in the principles of this political party?
Political party, yeah.
So I think by what if anyone ask me what my suggestion is, have a window period. You're not lompat parti boleh, but you have 1 year window period. That means you tak boleh terus loncat, you keluar, you terus masuk another party. So that will prevent people from jumping, and then because of power play, people will be influenced by certain issues. Okay, I will just switch sides because I will have certain advantages if I agree to diorang punya proposal, you know. So then that will affect the dynamics of the party system, and you allow people to be influenced in some way, whether it's monetary or influence or favors, to switch sides. And that will shift the balance again, as we have seen, you know. I mean, this is I'm talking as pemerhati, I'm looking at politics going around because I observe the regional political thing and to see what's going on. But I thought it's a bit strange that you don't see that the issue of lompat parti in many governments. But Malaysia is a common thing. You just switch side. Today you boleh maki dia ni, besok you kawan, and you join them again. You main golf sama-sama. So these are, I think they need to have the deep state need to implement this where you go, look, you want to switch can, but you have 1 year window period.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the problem also is apa tau? We can implement rules and regulation and akta and act and whatnot. But the problem is sebenarnya what is the problem is the people tak ada integrity. The people yang tak ada integrity menghasilkan ketua-ketua yang paling hebat dalam tidak ada integrity. So kita accept this is our culture. Our culture is a culture of tak ada integrity. So kita punya leaders are a bunch of people yang the best of us yang tak ada integrity. Diorang lompat-lompat tu kita accept as something normal. Something yang normal sangat pada society kami.
And the impact of that is that because of the political culture, there are people who are very qualified to lead and make changes, positive changes in the system, who will stay away from governance, stay away from politics. Because why? It's pening because they're good at their job, but they're not good at backstabbing and politicking.
Yeah, exactly.
So there are people like that. I mean, I know a few people who are very competent, very clever, qualified people who are, no, I'm not going to get involved because it's not my, I don't want to get I want to sleep peacefully at night, not thinking somebody going to betray me and backstab me and cause me a lot of issues, problems, and you're spending your time bickering about who's right, who's on which side, and which, if you join this component, then this one will have a bigger influence. When the rakyat is stuck and governance is stuck because of stuff like this, and the effect is that certain policies cannot be carried out or cannot be implemented, certain funding cannot be released because the guy in charge has just been changed, and he needs to study again the whatever that he needs to sign. I mean, just basic understanding of how things work. I'm not even going to details of how it works. Just basic random looking at things. Just like, when you have new people taking over, sama apa, first yang akan pindah is major nak tukar baru. Dia nak pindah tempat tingkap, they will take 1 day to change things, all this is and it's a hindrance to positive changes, kemajuan, progress, and that will put things on hold, and again it will affect the rakyat, the public, and then because why, it will affect the way they work, the earning the income, when people are confused with ini law ni ada ke tidak, I mean, like in our case MRM ada ke tak, then through word of mouth, so I think the certain issues need to be addressed because we are modern world, we are work on based on governance, kan? So whoever's in charge of the government, they are the one calling the shots. So but this one needs to be watertight. Kalau tidak, nanti lah terkasih the issue of switching sides. I mean, just looking at this is a coffee shop talk, so people can take this as just two guys talking shit.
Correct.
And doesn't have to be serious.
That's what it is actually.
Yeah. The issue is like during the whole development of the COVID-19, when the cluster was breaking out, okay, the biggest cluster was the tablet cluster and all that. Who was paying attention to this issue? Because they were bickering. They were bickering about the power struggle, when the person that they should be looking into, there is this rapid changes. I mean, you cannot curb the infection, but you need to make sure that it's contained. I'm not saying it's the fault the tabligh punya berjemaah, but the fact that the public, rakyat akan follow the rules. Kalau let's say lockdown has been implemented, there will be no
mass
big
gathering
case, mass gathering like that, So and again, and this is real life. It affects people's life and death. The first case was a guy from Johor, he just buried across the causeway from where I am. The first case from the tabligh cluster, a young man with 4 or 5 children. So that affects is real. When there is people not paying attention to what's going on because of big political struggle, it affects life and death in this
Yeah.
current situation, especially, you know.
Yeah.
So those things need to. I'm sure the younger generation are a bit aware of things, and
I hope so.
I hope so. You know, they are more aware because of obviously with social media. They you know, they need to be aware, because you don't have to be very political, but you need to be aware of government, their responsibilities, and you hold into account. That's what's happening to USA and the Western countries. They are now protesting in the streets, holding the government accountability.
Yeah.
You know, to say, look, you are accountable because you did not take care of your police department. They are all racist, you know, I mean, not all, but you know, there are racist elements in your police department, and it has created this whole massive uprising, you know. And this is when they're out in the street protesting, not because they are against the government. They are just calling the government for accountability, and the way of the Western world is walking down the street and protesting. Unfortunately, there are elements who took advantage by merampok, you know, looting, breaking. Yeah, it's a big country, you know. It's a big country. It's got a lot of different elements. There are people who, like I said just now, it's a perfect storm. They've been cooped up at home from lockdown for weeks, you know, and waiting to go out. It's summertime now sekarang in the West. Nice weather, and then suddenly this issue of this man, you know, being pinned down, and you see him literally dying in front of your eyes with the video. He, for 8.5 minutes, he was pinned down. Itu yang I think affect a lot of people. I mean, there's always been a lot of death with the black African American community. Every week, every other month, there is someone dying from police brutality. But because people are witnessing this in real time, recorded, that he's actually, his life is ebbing away, calling for his mom, you know, and dia dah kena gari and still kena tekan, you know. So that affected people's punya humanity, punya consciousness, you know. And that's why people are protesting in Europe even, and even in other parts. It's so this Black Lives Matter ni, dia ada dia punya sub effect there, which is people are talking about race issues.
Yeah.
So are you fair? And we being Muslim, we need to be fair. Surah Al-Hujurat, so apa Nabi punya last sermon. No black is better than a white, no white is better than the black, no Arab is better than the non-Arab. Itu Nabi punya last khutbah. Kan the best among you are those who are in yang paling bertakwa. Comparatively dengan surah Al-Hujurat ayat 13. Allah menciptakan manusia pelbagai kaum, pelbagai bangsa, berbagai suku, dan yang terbaik antara kamu yang bertakwa, something like that. I mean, I'm not ustaz, so roughly that is the story of, you know. So you're looking at that. Kalau talking about anti-racist element in ajaran agama, Islam has the best formula. Nabi punya hadis and ayat Quran. You know, and bila Allah Taala mengatakan dia mencipta manusia pelbagai bahasa dan kaum, kan? What is the character? What is the character of kaum? It's the budaya. So budaya is accepted. That means kalau you jadi Islam, you tak perlu jadi Arab Islam, Islam Arab. You can be Islam Melayu, Islam Nusantara. Because Allah created languages. Allah yang cipta, you know, bahasa. Dalam bahasa ada budaya. So mempertahankan budaya is part of being a Muslim. If you're an Arab, you protect, you withhold the Arab culture. You're a Melayu, orang Nusantara, you uphold your Nusantara culture. So tidak salah untuk kita memperjuangkan budaya. And budaya, music is part of budaya.
Bukan asabiah untuk kan.
So you know, this is the argument in terms of that the ini kan. Dan kita kalau kita betul-betul patuh dengan ajaran Nabi SAW, Al-Quran, kita tak boleh jadi racist. Kita tak boleh panggil bangsa lain dengan nama-nama negatif. Kita tak boleh cakap, oh kau jakun, kau sakai, kau ni. Tak boleh, tak boleh. It's haram. By right, it's haram because you are contributing against what Rasulullah is teaching. And you call yourself a Muslim, but you call other people in negative terms. And that is Melayu punya karakter. Dia suka memomokkan apa yang dia tidak kenal. Bila dia tidak kenal, dia momok.
Bukan universal gitu.
Universal, tapi kita punya, we talking about our culture ni, kita memomokkan kan. Ada kita guna term-terms yang local terms yang kalau orang lain dengar pun tak sedap.
Ya, betul.
Kan, not nice for us to use some terms yang negative. Okay, certain term macam certain terms waktu zaman dulu maybe acceptable, sekarang tak acceptable. You have to respect that.
Yeah.
Macam sekarang dekat orang tearing down the statue of the slave traders. Dulu is accepted. But now people say, no, look, we don't want to have this statue to remind us of slaves, because these are slave traders, and you ada patung tu maknanya you menjulang dia kan. You penghormatan for them, that statue. So they have to accept that this is the new normal.
Correct.
The new political normal is certain things you say dulu maybe acceptable, sekarang dah tak boleh.
Correct.
So you have to accept and respect that. And as Muslim, kita kena respect that. Kita kalau itu ajaran Islam, kita tak boleh. That's why Islam is easy to penetrate all the different kaum. They go to China, they absorb Chinese culture, dia jadi Islam. Tapi akidah tak berubah, tapi architecture mungkin berubah.
Yeah.
They go to Jawa, ada karakter Jawa punya karakter architecture apa semua. But akidah, the basic principle tak berubah. So we are not into monoculture. Because kalau tidak, nanti kita ada satu one monoculture where everybody walks around in jubah. You know, as long as you tutup aurat, cukup.
Yeah.
But you don't have to. I mean, kalau you nak pakai, that's not a problem. But it cannot be a standard outfit. You have to wear certain things to become Muslim.
Correct.
You know, as long as you fulfill criteria. Blongkon is based on konsep Sarban. Because dia ada tujuh.
What is Blongkon?
Blongkon yang orang Jawa pakai. Yang the
Okay.
traditional punya songkok, macam songkok haji tu kan, tempat dia ada batik and then dia ada ikat belakang. So itu well, if you go into this, then we go into Wali Songo cerita lah, you know, how Wali Songo brought Islam and Islamized the whole of Java within 50 years, you know. So dia orang banyak guna symbolism. That's why, and this is the difference between Jawa culture, which basically dominates Indonesian culture, because 40% of the population of Indonesia is in Java. So Jawa punya culture dominates Indonesian culture. So dari segi bahasa, segi diorang punya tata cara, even the way they I discussed this with my friend, poet. I said, kenapa bila orang Indonesia guna bahasa Melayu, dia jadi kadang-kadang jadi halus.
Cantik lah.
Cantik, sedap kan? I mean, comparatively, kalau kita cakap, kalau you ask you to move, you cakap, tolong sana sikit. Kan kita standard kalau kedai mamak apa kan, tolong sana sikit. Kalau di Indonesia, dia cakap, mohon Pak, maaf, geser ke sana, geser ke kiri. Geser tu betul-betul, you literally is. So I'm thinking, so it's more subtle. Kan? So I'm thinking, maybe, I don't know, ini belum proven lah, this is my theory, that diorang guna template Jawa, so they go through that. So dalam ni, bahasa Jawa is halus. Because addressing an older person, lain for the same thing, lain, and then to someone of a different class, asking the same thing, bahasa dia lain. Lebih halus. Orang tua lain dengan anak-anak lain. So the halusan tu is within dia orang punya component in their head tau. So you put through that, the bahasa Melayu, through that template, dia keluar jadi lebih halus. That is my theory lah, because I'm thinking, kenapa kita, bahasa Melayu kan bahasa suku Melayu from Jambi, and then Semenanjung Melayu, Riau kan. So jadi Malaysia and Sumatera dominant in this bahasa, tapi diangkat sebagai bahasa national, bahasa Indonesia lah, but actually bahasa Melayu Indonesia kan. Tapi why in terms of the usage of the language, they seem to be lebih halus. For some reason kan, dia lebih. So I'm trying to, because when I travel, I tengok cara, kenapa kita punya penggunaan agak berbeza dengan cara diorang gunakan the same language, tapi the choice of words, vocabulary, susunan, so dia jadi nampak lembut, cantik. Then that creates poetry, music, bahasa filem, you know. So I think that we all can learn lah. We all can learn from each other kan.
In regards to this, I think apa yang berlaku adalah bahasa baku.
Yes.
Jawa ada banyak language kat
Yalah,
Jawa,
Sunda, ya banyak suku kaum.
Mahalang ke apa benda lagi kan.
Ya.
Dan jadi to unify the country with over 17,000 islands tu, they need one unifying language kan. Bahasa Melayu. Dan bahasa Melayu ni pelbagai-bagai dialek. Orang di Sumatera different, orang di Papua ke ataupun Sulawesi,
Kalimantan different. Ya.
Jadi bahasa baku tu, you pronounce it as how you spell it.
Ya.
Dia telah, nombor satu, dia telah unifykan bahasa tu. Nombor 2, cara penyebutan dia. Dan nombor 3, kerana bahasa tu dibelajar daripada buku, justru
Formal lah.
dia punya penggunaan pun lagi buku, lagi
Ya.
bukan saja formal tapi cantik.
Ya, tersusun. Betul. I agree.
Macam kita di Malaysia ni, bila kita belajar Arabic kan, fasahah dan bahasa dan cara pasar, cara street. Apabila kita cakap dengan orang Arab, bila kita cakap ma ismuka, apakah nama awak, seorang jejaka, seorang lelaki. Tetapi kalau kita cakap di Egypt ataupun di Libya, ashismuk contohnya kan, dia tetapi yang ma ismuka tadi tu lebih cantik. Apabila dia dengar kita cakap pun, dia pun jadi segan tau. Kam umurka.
Faham.
Jadi kita punya bahasa tu sedap tau. Kerana dia buku, dan buku ni tersusun. Jadi mentaliti kita pun tersusun. Jadi apabila Indonesia ni daripada dialek yang berbeza-beza, apabila mereka menggunakan perkataan buku, dia jadi lagi cantik. Dan kita orang Melayu di Malaysia, kita tak gunakan bahasa buku. Kita take it for granted bahasa buku tu.
Dan kita banyak informal things lah. Kita banyak pasar kan, bahasa yang betul. Kalau you speak to someone yang you tak kenal, they will talk to you formally. Bahasa proper grammar, tersusun lah, betul, bahasa buku lah. Kalau kita go on TV apa kan, automatically kita akan, because if I'm talking to you in a formal way, you will reply
in a formal way.
In a formal way, Then dia lebih tersusun dan nampak lebih intellectual. For some reason dia akan appear to be like, ada because you're talking in the way the sentences are formed, dan memang nampak terpelajar kan. So it's very very one thing I realize this, kita macam orang India, orang Cina, dia ada satu term, walaupun term tu maybe was given by the colonials lah. So you pergi India, they all orang India. You go China, Hong Kong, Taiwan, dia orang Cina. Nusantara kita tak ada satu label ni. Kita cakap Melayu, mungkin orang Jawa, orang Bugis tak akan terima dia Melayu. Sebab pada Melayu suku.
Betul.
So kita ada this issue. Kita orang Nusantara, but there is informal dan there is orang-orang buku, penyair gunalah orang Nusantara. Tapi kita have this problem. Orang South Asia, Nusa Tenggara ni, orang Kepulauan Melayu, Malay Archipelago ni, which includes Indonesia, Malaysia, Brunei. Sebenarnya mereka ni Melayu. Tapi because Melayu, dia tricky sebab Melayu dia also suku Melayu. But so we go orang Jawa, cakap, kamu Melayu, dia akan anggap, you're saying that aku from suku Melayu. But secara anthropology, memang kita ras Melayu. I mean, on Wikipedia, they will call it ras Melayu. As compared, so it's very tricky because one is suku daripada Riau, Malaysia, apa semua kan. Tapi at the same time, it also embodies
the whole
region. But it's hard to say that to someone from, let's say, from England. Where you from? I'm from the Malay world. I mean, if you're an African, you go like, I'm African. Kan? Are you cakap Oriental? Dia cakap, oh, you're not Chinese, you're not Japanese. So kita pun Oriental, cuma kita tak di link dalam lingkungan. So kita have this issue of nama ni sekarang. Kita nak gelar kita pun kita tak tahu.
Tak tahu apa. Betul.
So kita nak macam okay Jawa. Tapi as proven, orang yang dari Jawa pindah Singapura after second third generation jadi Melayu.
Jadi Melayu, betul.
Even orang Johor pun Melayu pun, yang orang keturunan Jawa, dia say lah kita punya root Jawa, tapi dia Melayu in that sense, you know. So now I've for myself I'm going to say, because I don't like this politicking of bahasa, you know, like bahasa Malaysia, bahasa Indonesia. It's bahasa Melayu. True. Because when you use nationalistic boundaries, then you are separating things. Because my example is this: when you speak English, it's from England, brother English, but you go America, you don't speak American.
Correct.
You speak English. Maybe with American accent, American slang. You go Australia, pun sama. You speak English, you know, in Australia, New Zealand, sama. So you cannot say that you speak bahasa Indonesia because where was it? Where was bahasa Indonesia before 1945? What were you speaking then? What was Malaysia before 1955? 59? Kan?
57.
So 57, sorry. So you need to be less nationalistic in terms of that. Then kita ada lebih like macam Portugese. Bahasa Portugese, they speak Portuguese in Brazil, tapi obviously with the Brazilian punya nuances. They speak Portuguese in Portugal, but obviously more pure because it's Portugal. But but because of in Cape Verde pun they speak Portuguese. But it's obviously with local accents, local nuances. But still Portuguese dia tak cakap I speak Brazilian.
Correct.
So they need to even Pramodia Anandatur, one of the famous writer kan dia cakap, ya kami dulu panggilnya bahasa Melayu. But then they become so nationalistic that it becomes bahasa Indonesia. That the young people, when I go, they go, oh kamu pintar ya bahasa Indonesia? Then I have to correct them, ni kan bahasa Melayu. Not that I'm saying Melayu is great, but it's
That's
right.
what it is. Yeah, it is what it is. Yeah.
Cuma we speak with an Indonesian accent.
Correct.
So you go to Brunei, you have your ba apa semua kan. So you have your Brunei punya version. So now even I call it, I personally call it, oh you speak Melayu Indonesia, Melayu Malaysia. Senang. Then you tak really offend. I got offended. You kau pintar bahasa Indonesia. No, I speak the same language as you with a different accent. Itu je.
Yeah, betul.
You don't go to an English, don't go to America. They go, oh you're good at speaking American. It's weird, kan? Yeah. So it needs to that kind of nationalistic, but that is from the 60s, 70s way of thinking. Yeah. But I think the new generation, they need to kind of look at it as a whole. Yeah. Then look, it's not that when you say it's from bahasa Melayu, it doesn't mean it degrades you're lesser of that nationality.
Correct.
Because that's the reality. Your susunan ayat is based on that Malay grammar. You see, so I think. And the best way to penyambungan budaya ni semua is through music. I'm telling you, music is the fastest medium to disseminate bahasa.
Correct.
Kalau nak tengok filem, you nak kena tunggu 1 tahun baru filem siap. Puisi maybe you kena tunggu buku keluar. Music hari ini you bikin, besok you release online or you main kat YouTube. It's the fastest way to influence, counter influence. And living in Singapore, kita are influenced by both. Macam orang Melayu Singapore use the word bilang kan. Aku bilang. So bila bikin Malaysia, bilang kan hitung, itu bilangan. Bukan
cakap.
bilang tu cakap. But that's the Indonesian punya influence. The from tanah from Indonesia punya, from we pick up from the movies. Macam Mak Rock cakap lu gua, it's actually based on the Betawi who actually pick up Hokkien. Lu gua itu dia become lu gua kan. Itu kita, so Mak Rock dulu time Abang Ramita semua dia dah start pakai dah lu gua, but it's based on that influence lah.
Betul.
So kita in Singapore ni we are caught in the middle. We are looking. So for example, do you know that DK Barat is popular in Singapore?
I just got to know about it through Dali when I had a chat with him last month.
Right. So how come from Kelantan they bypass semua state? Selangor they bypass, Melaka bypass, Negeri Sembilan bypass, Johor bypass sampai Singapore.
How?
Because in the 70s we got RTM1. RTM dulu tunjuk Boria, DK Barat.
Right.
I don't know. I'm sure you have some recollection of it, kan?
Yeah, I do.
So we get to watch that as kids. We watch petang apa kan? Kita tengok ada Boria, ada DK Barat. So Boria somehow didn't pick up. Boria tak pick up kat Singapore, but DK Barat
did.
So the people of my generation, we watch TV. Kita wow. So what happened was this group of students, they orang form their own DK Barat group, and then they jadi viral. So obviously they are not using the Kelantan lingo, but they still form the same format, tukang karut, apa semua tu kan. But obviously they not using Kelantanese punya accent lah, because they tak boleh tiru. So dia orang adjust. So this is the budaya berubah, see. So what happened was, so they adapted into so the story pun macam more relevant to the Singapore stories as they develop along the way. So what happened was this group of young people, when they go to school, they form group and then they viral. Then other schools set up their own DK Barat group. So somebody decided, let's form a DK Barat competition. So there's an annual DK Barat competition that is going on even till today.
Wow.
Every year there is DK Barat competition among schools in Singapore.
Primarily Melayu lah.
Semua Melayu. So obviously along the way diorang adjust lah, letak rap sikit lah, apalah kan. So this is the urban Melayu ni kan. So but the DK Barat, the same instrument, the same sitting arrangement, pakai Melayu dengan tanjak apa semua, you know. So again, so these are the interesting aspect, you know, how it kind of translate that we were influenced through television, like how we were influenced music and all that lingo. So for some reason DK Barat they bypass semua all the states. They and until today, and then from there you have people like Dali who became rappers because the foundation tu. People from the group Rausyanfikir, they were DK Barat players.
Wow, cool.
The members. So they saw, there are certain similar elements, so they fuse. You know, they fusionkan DK Barat element and rap and all that, and it created Rausyanfikir, which I think was an interesting punya group lah. You know, they created something that's relevant to their time, kan?
Yeah. Betul.
Cool, man. I think we are both tired, man, from talking.
Yes. Bang, we must do this again,
Boleh.
Thank you.
We cannot torture the audience lah. Kesian diorang pun nanti nak tengok, they have to stop. Dia tak boleh tengok selari kan.
Yeah. Nanti we go into siapakah Art Fazil yang sebenarnya. we go into the history of Rausyanfikir. We go into Khair dan Isham.
Boleh. If you want, nanti kalau you nak contact here pun boleh. Nanti I will give you his contact.
Dia di Singapore.
Singapore, yeah. He's not too far from me. So he's active. Dia banyak buat school project, teaching bahasa, puisi apa kat sekolah. Who else? Let me know who else you want to contact in Singapore.
If you okay, great.
I'll try and get them ID Cradle, guitarist, teacher's pet. You know, all this. So maybe you can get their own perspective on things and how they are and all that. You know, because I think what you're doing is very interesting. It's very good. You know, so we should keep it up and then expand it.
Yeah, cantik. Thank you. For a start tu lah, kalau dengan Khair tadi tu memang cantik. To be honest kan, I just can sit at the side, just watch the two of you talk. I'll be fine.
Cool.
It's not about me, it's about the subject matter.
Subject matter, yeah. Good. I mean, it's cool because we touch on things that are maybe a bit sensitive for normal formal broadcast, kan. So I think this is okay. Your channel ni is okay to bring up issues and highlight certain issues that sometimes kita terlalu too careful pun not so good.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you have to speak up because changes can happen when people are willing to stand up for things like what's going on with the states now, protesters, and we don't have to protest much in the street, but we have to bring up apa yang benar, apa yang kita rasa benar, dan kita weigh it. I think this is good. Kita go through it. Then it's up to discussion, and then let the discussion take place so that whoever has because it will create its own energy, and then what is the best from that, then you take it. You know, I mean, I may say something that I think is right, but it may not be suitable. So at least you bring it up and then we all talk about it, you know, likewise with other viewpoints, kan?
Yeah. That is what we want. We want a forum to talk, to discuss. That is the most important. Barack Obama sekali lagi, dia pernah cakap something. What we need more is conversation, discussion. I believe that, you know, kita perlukan ruang untuk express our feeling, kita perlukan ruang untuk discuss, to talk, to have our views heard. Itu je yang kita nak. And
agree to disagree and I mean, I admire one thing. I admire the English. Diorang boleh disagree without emotions. Kita ni emotional creatures. Kita lebih quite emotional. Takut nanti bila keluar age kita nanti kita jadi emotional, padahal issue should be addressed at intellectual level. That's why kita boleh bezakan bagaimana kita lihat British punya parliament, mereka boleh disagree dengan cara formal, menyindir secara formal tanpa memaki-maki.
Betul.
Tanpa memaki-maki yang kita dapat lihat di video. Orang yang patutnya mewakili rakyat memaki-maki dengan kata-kata kesat yang low class.
Yeah. mungkin kita kena practice benda tu, dan mereka
Yeah.
telah praktis benda tu, practice
Berzaman.
berlatih, berlatih. Bukan mengamalkan, berlatih. Dia dah berlatih di jalanan, lepas tu bawa ke pejabat bawa ke peringkat tertinggi.
Dan sebab apa, bila kita boleh remove the emotion, kita boleh berfikir dengan lebih tenang.
Ya.
Dan boleh bergerak ke depan kan. Kalau kita akan terperangkap dengan emosi dan marah, dan lepas tu benda tak berubah.
Ya,
Hanya puas marah. Itu yang kita kena belajar lah. Dengan tiap-tiap kaum memang dicipta dengan karakter masing-masing lah. Sebab that's why ayat Quran mengatakan the best of you, untuk diciptakan untuk saling kenal mengenali. Surah Al-Hujurat, untuk saling kenal mengenali. So we learn. Kenal tu kita kenal, kita belajar pada dia orang. They learn kita punya adat istiadat, kita belajar dia punya adab, dia orang punya cara berfikir mungkin, So that I think eventually once this is put in place, everybody become their own race sebenarnya. Everyone become their own character lah. Because what I am is based on what I learned when I was young kan, or when I travel, I jumpa orang ni sikit, I pick up from sini. Orang ini, I'm lucky because when I was growing, I ada few mentors yang they're not formal mentors, but there's people I look up to and observe from far. Rami Sarip, Eddie Marzuki, Dr. Wan Zawawi. Yeah, three main. When I was growing up, and these are the people yang I tengok, wow, M. Nasir, these are the people yang I look up to and observing from far. Oh, macam M. Nasir. When I remember first time I met him dekat King Studio 1988. First time I naik KL, pergi jumpa Dr. Wan apa semua kan. Jangan Fandi Ahmad masih main untuk KL FM, KL Football Club. So we all tumpang rumah dia lah, few nights, kat UK Heights. So on the way tu, I think it was like 1 week trip, me dengan Hale, first time naik KTM sampai KL. Tak pernah pergi KL masa tu tau, first time sampai KTM tu kan, sampai KL. So eventually we wanted to meet lah. Okay, I met Dr. Wan Zawawi, we met M. Nasir dekat King Studio. And M. Nasir was producing 4 albums at one go. King Studio ada 4 studio. 4 was M. Nasir punya production. He was producing 4 bands. Anak dia Ilham masih kecil lagi, running around apa semua. Yeah, so after berbual sikit, dia cakap, masuk lah, carry on kerja, dia bilang. And then his last word like, cik, duit untuk anak sekolah. And this is M. Nasir, I was like, oh, ni artis lah. His art of pelukis, kind of, kind of trippy punya character, probably a bit out of touch with this world, kan. Then he goes walking away saying that, look, I need to go because I need to produce this album, it's kerja, I need to pay kids punya school. There you go, Okay, insyaAllah kita...
Brother, thank you so much for your time. I wish artis semua berfikiran macam you. Boleh bercakap macam Art Fazil. Boleh berkongsi pendapat macam Art Fazil.
I can only be myself. I cannot be anybody else. Thank you for doing this. It's very good. What you're doing is good. Nanti I will introduce you to other people lah.
Please, nanti
hopefully
kita berumur kan. Tadi cakap pasal mentor tadi tu. You are lucky. You get to see this. You get to see these people, and these people are your mentors. Like me, my mentor is Ron Jeremy and Rocco Siffredi.
Yang tahu lah. Yang tahu lah. There you go, bro.
Okay, thank you so much. Alright, bye.
Take care, man.
Okay, you
Bye,
too.